Saturday, June 7th, out here in Carson City, Battle of the 4x4's, tractor pulls. Hope you watch, hope you enjoy. Please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and share with others. Again, hope you liked the video, and thank you for watching. We got Mako out here today, Coors Light, Dolly Eats. Looks like we're gonna have a fun time. Hope you enjoy.
Check 1 2. Check.
Have to ask him questions like that twice. Are you ready for some horsepower? Oh, yes. Opening ceremony's coming at you in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. My name is Ian McAdam, and on behalf of Elena Productions, I want to welcome you to the Battle of the 4x4's first annual event here. Holy bejesus, I might fly away. First annual event here at Fuji Park. And let me tell you something, you guys have a complete crazy night of horsepower coming. There's definitely a twister. Anyhow, we're going to start things off before your national anthem. I want you guys to pay attention to the other gentleman wearing a very similar shirt to myself down here. They're giving me signals. They're like, walk over here, walk over there. No, there's a monitor right here. That just sounds weird. There we go. That's better. We've had electrical gremlins all night long. But do me a favor, you're going to see these 5 gentlemen standing down on the infield. Make some noise for a track crew. They've spent the time and put in the effort to make my job fun. Love you guys for that, that's for sure. And now, I'm going to ask you this, because I know when I come over the California border into Nevada, it's definitely freedom and patriotism. Am I right? Because this is the United States of America. This isn't the People's Republic of California anymore. There is no Gavin Newsom. Is good. So now, that all being said, do I have any first responders in the house, any military, any police, any fire? Please stand up for me. Carson City, I want you to look to your left, look to your right, and see every man and woman standing up right now, and I want you to make all sorts of noise and thank them, because they put on a uniform, they put on a badge, they don't know if they're coming home, they spend their life to make yours better. There we go. That's a little bit better. Doing it with style. That's one point in my life. Now, that all being said, this is the point where I know when I come to Nevada, I don't have to tell you folks what to do. But for those that might need to know, this is where we all stand up. There we go. I'm going to have to hold this thing like a rapper. This is where we all stand up, gentlemen. This is where you take your hats off. If you're hiding a rabbit under your hat, you got a bald spot you didn't tell your date about, you know what? You should have said something, because it is now time for the most beautiful song in our nation's history to offer this beautiful piece of fabric in the greatest nation in the entire world. This is your national anthem.
Can you see that our daughters glad once so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets ran around the bursting air, gave proof through the night that
Talk about a bad one. We're going to start that over again.
can you see that the dawn's early light once so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets ran around the walls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That's what I'm talking about. We're going to start out with your one and only tractor tonight. So Carson City, I gotta ask you, we're in Nevada, you guys are wild, you guys are nuts. Who in their right mind has ever thought about putting an LS motor in a John Deere tractor? A few people. Well, you know, that's a decision. 1 or 2 30 packs usually ends up helping out. In this case, this gentleman made it happen. Last night was competing in Merced at the Merced County Fairgrounds, roughly 6+ hours away, came all the way out here because he said, guess what? We're coming to Nevada. Calling the Central Valley home. Carson City makes some noise for Leland White and John Deere. So Carson, I gotta ask you this. Who in the crowd tonight has never seen a truck and tractor pull before? We got some new people. Well, on behalf of all of us seasoned fans and veterans, welcome to the most historic motorsport that Han's history that you will ever see ever. Pretty simple. You hook up whatever it is. You hook up a truck, you hook up a tractor to the Legend 2.0, the big orange thing at the end being piloted tonight by Mr. Ethan Lewis. He's going to go for a ride all night long inside the weight transfer machine. You're going to see a box hiding underneath the cab. That's going to have all sorts of weight in it. Over 30,000 pounds. The goal is to pull that box as far as physically possible. 2 things will happen to let the Leland know that he's ready to go. You're going to see a green flag at the end of the track. That means the track is clear. You're going to see a green light come on top of the sled cab. That means Ethan is ready to go. Carson City, are you ready to go? That's what I'm talking about. Leland getting his last minute adjustment in place. And there is a scientific fact, believe it or not. The louder you cheer, the harder of a wheelie you might see out of Leland. What you're about to hear might sound like a Formula 1 car from the mid-70s, and what you're about to see defies logic. 3, 2, and that's what it's gonna be tonight. We got a few. Where are my Chevy people at? I should have known better. Nevada is Chevrolet country. Now here's the real question. Where's my Dodge people at? We're running about a 50-50 ratio Dodge to Chevy. By the end of the night, that ought to make things definitely entertaining. We're going to start things off because everything else you see tonight will be dictated by the weight of the vehicle and how modified it is. We're going to start things off with the 4,500-pound super stock class and a gentleman that joins us all the way from Hollister in a 1987 Chevrolet Square Body. 383 stroker under the hood, absolute weapon of choice for the super stock trucks across all of your weight. AG transmission, Trinidad welding and treasure for Johnny's Bar Grill, Pacific Airlock Gamer, show number single team, Shakedown Cooling and Renegade Racing Fuels, Graves Enterprise, the Barn, Frigates Auto Networks, Leslie Ranch Motorsports, Lumps Racing Engines, Rogers Trucking, Reeve Trucking, Monster Towing and Recovery, SPK Construction, AG Azevedo Dairy, SOS Farm Services, Kicking Up Gas Polling, Stark Weather Painting and Classic Cars, and Lucas Oil. Give you the generational name we know and love in the Central Valley as Chad Orsi in the Rebel. I gotta ask you this, Carson City, what do you think of that flag hanging off the back of that Square Body? He never gets that kind of love in California, no matter what. Chad RC, multi-time champion in this truck, the 4,500-pound Saber stock class. His crew chief riding shotgun right now, giving him a last-minute pep talk, Mr. Larry Loves. Larry Loves gave him the last minute instructions. Chad, aim for the gate and hold the skinny pedal down until you stop. Last minute adjustments to the Rebel for all you square body fans. This is the man. Has more championships than I can honestly remember. In this square body, complete with a 380-degree stroker. We got a green light, green flag. Chad wastes no time. Here comes the Rebel. .133.36 for Chad RC in the Rebel. Now, for those of you that are brand new to truck and tractor polling, where does the measurement get decided from? It is where the front of the sled lands, not where the truck goes. So now we go up a little bit, weight to the 5,500-pound stock class, and this is going to be a fun one. Do I have anybody in the house that needs to drive all the way from Yerington? Sounds like maybe a couple. Your first choice from Yerington, a 1985 Ford F-250 with a 460. They had to be fancy on me. You got 7.5 liter. These speed freedom units in Nevada. It is a 460. Mesa Valley Tire and Ease Fabrication give you Emma Morris and Daddy's Bro. 4 trucks total in this class. The stock classes are always fun, because this is where I have to gauge my audience tonight. Who likes it when a truck goes really far and it's really loud? Who likes it when somebody prays? Ooh, you guys are bitches. I love it. 60 cubes under the hood for Daddy's Bro. For all you Ford aficionados, I know there's quite a few. I believe they call that a bullnose. It's a battle of old versus new Earth. Old versus OBS coming tonight for the Crow Modified Division. So cool to see Captain Black in the house, Mr. Chris Daniels, Baby Huey. Somebody apparently did want to play with Baby Huey finally. And then on top of all of that, we have a battle of epic proportions in the Ramsey Trucking Super Modified 4-wheel drive class later tonight. I'll get to that as the program goes on. And for those of you just joining us, got to keep in mind it starts out light. It starts out stock. And as the evening progresses, the weights go up. And right now we're going to see if Daddy really is broke. So it's not quite back there. 120.62, 120.62 for Emmett Morris in the old bullnose. So do I have anybody in the crowd tonight who escaped the People's Republic of California and came over here to Nevada? We have a few. Don't be shy. I myself call Placerville, California home, and so, well, they're close, but not that far away. For your next driver in the 5,500-pound stock class, 1973 K20, this time with a small block 410. Gold Country Power Equipment, Green Hills Landscaping, Roofs and Bar Grill, Kinky Chapman Construction, and Bad Jack's Fireworks bring you Greg Jackson in the Blue Beast. You want to talk about some old school, cool horsepower, Mount Auckland, California. For those of my friends out here in Nevada, is about as away from the big city as you possibly can imagine. You might as well call it Harrington with a few more trees. Lots more trees. Greg Jackson, a regular competitor in the 5,500-pound stock class. And this truck is a force to be reckoned with. More deep than this. I know there's one coming up in just a moment that we'll just say is a serious slugger, to say the least. But a Ford going 120.62. Not too shabby to start things off. Greg's daughter, Jessica, locking the hubs, getting the big, bad Blue Beast ready to go. Rolls the slack out of the chain. We look for the green light. And we've got it. Green flag at the end. Here comes the Blue Beast. Just like that, Chevy on top of the box thus far, 160.11, 160.11 for Greg Jackson in the Blue Beast. And for those of you, like I said, that want to make the haul from Gardnerville or from Harrington, August 15th and 16th. We are back in the state of Nevada. Lake Gunny Fair in Harrington, August 15th. That will be a full show with a good handful of high horsepower tractors coming. Carson Valley Spectacular will be August 16th in Gardnerville. And you want to talk about slugger? Got to meet this gentleman last year in Harrington, Gardnerville. He went home a little bit of the 1970 GMC Sierra with a 388 under the hood. Rosemore's Insurance, ANC Sanitation, RNS Racing, the Townsend family. And a big thank you to the rest of his family. It's Josh Deal and Old Cyrus. Old Cyrus making the haul all the way out of Harrington, if I remember right. This thing is loud, this thing is evil, but you know what? The big challenge here at Fuji Park is the surface. Being a rodeo arena, having a little bit of extra sand mixed in with everything else. It's a challenge to figure out your bumper farm boy physics. Green light, green flag. Oh man, 142.452, 142.52 for Old Cyrus. That was shaking harder than Joe Biden trying to complete a sentence. Carson City, should I keep going with those jokes? If you guys start chanting FJB, I'm not going to be mad about it. Coming at you next, gentleman calls Reno home in a 1979 K10 with a big block 454 under the hood. And a couple three very awesome flags hanging off the back. Mudslingers World Drive Club and E. Krampus Finest bring you Gary Anderson in the Mudslinger. Gary wants to remind all of you folks out there he's pulling for all the veterans tonight. Do I have any military vets in the house? Who am I kidding? It's 10 times more patriotic once I cross Upper Spanner Summit and coming to Nevada. This is why I look forward to every single time I get to work an event out here in Nevada. It makes things way more fun for yours truly. And for those of you that might want to come over and cross enemy lines, check us out, L.L Productions on Facebook and Instagram. L.L Productions on Facebook, L.L Productions on Instagram. Let's take our waste no time. Is that your drive line, or are you just happy to see me? Fun fact for those of you that love carnage, considering this is the first U-joint of tonight, the record for blown U-joints in one hole was held by the San Benito County Fair in Hollister last year.
How many was it?
5 drive lines in one night. Carson City, does not want to leave here in silence. Make some noise for Gary Anderson. Excuse me, sir, you're missing something. So now we got a 5,500-pound street modified. You're going to be looking at similar trucks, but they're going to be a lot louder and a lot nastier. Carson City, are you ready for it to get loud? Oh, who am I kidding? You guys have been ready for this since 5 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Or for those of you like me, the blue-collar type folks, it's probably anywhere between 2:30 and 6 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Your first competitor in the 5,500-pound street modified comes from deep inside the Central Valley of Northern California in the 1977 Square Body Chevrolet with a 427 under the hood. He wants to thank Birchtold Car Lot. It's Richard Birchtold in Scruffy. River has it, Richard. Maybe one of the most interesting men in polling tonight. He's doing it with no sleeves. For those of you Cletus McFarland fans, rumor has it Richard crawled so Cletus can walk. But that is only rumor. I haven't seen Richard so far this year, but man, this is a fierce square body. We're going to see what it can do to start things off with 5,500-pound street modified. And I got to ask you this, where are my diesel people at? Carson City, you guys ready for a little black smoke later on? Oh, I love it. We have this ridiculous thing in California called smog. And let me tell you something. It's nice. Okay. I was reminded that there is smog and watch out for people. That's the whole thing. See, I'm done. Thank you. Freedom. You want to talk about freedom units? 427 of them under the hood of Scruffy. Had to line up to the slide again. He's excited. He's ready to go. He almost ripped the sled before he was waiting on a green flag and a green light. There it is. Here comes Scruffy. Is that a hybrid? Oh, that must be what that battery was. Brought to you by Tesla. 111.67 for Richard Birchgold in Scruffy. So here comes the fun part. Richard is the first puller of his class. There is a hat trick that could be pulled. Kind of like if you're watching bull riding and a flag is on the bull ride for a possible re-ride. You can elect to go toward the rear of the field and start over again. We're going to see if Richard can come back alive. Carson City, there's a little bit of science. You guys make some noise for him. That Chevrolet might come alive. And it looks like the helmet comes off. Unfortunately, Richard might need the evil hook of doom. 111.67 will be the mark set for the 5,500-pound street modified class. What was that? Well, we get Richard put on the hook. Want to give another big shout out to the Carson Valley 2030 Club. And Carson City, Richard doesn't want to leave here in silence. Gentlemen, it made a very, very long drive to be here this evening. And now we go to a Mopar. Remember, Acid Mopar is Spanish for more power. Although that's what the bottom of the Coors Light can told me one time. Drove deep inside the Central Valley as well with a 1970 Dodge Power Wagon with a 440 under the hood. Avenel family dairy of Modesto, Tatum custom framing from Merced. Bring you Arnold Avila and Daddy's Green Race Truck. Arnold, what's your note? There we go. Oh, the memo has been sent. 172.81. 172.81. That will put Arnold in the lead. And this just in. Thank you to my friend, Mr. Travis McCullough. I was mistaken. It is the Carson City 2030. Carson Valley 2030. That's to the 2030 folks. I, on the other hand, do not apologize to Travis McCullough. So how about another Chevrolet? It may be ugly, but it sure is powerful. This gentleman made the drive all the way from Hollister in a 1976 820 with a 454 under the hood. WRB Construction, Bad GG Racing, Frank Gallagher and Caleri Engineering. Big thank you to Janice Alsey, Kenny, Bobby, Danny Caleri, and the Caleri girls We usually see this gentleman in a completely different division with a completely different truck. That is called Bad Juju, but tonight, his truck Scrappy is identifying as Bad Juju. I told him that whole I identify as thing doesn't fly when you come to Nevada, Greg. He laughed and he walked away and shook his head. But tonight, Scrappy identifies as Bad Juju. Bad Juju, a 5,500-pound superstar that we'll see back in competition hopefully later this year in Gardnerville and in Arrington. And once again, for those of you that might want to cross over enemy lines, all of us in El Dorado County welcome you with open arms. You might as well be considered the state of Jefferson. The El Dorado County Fair will be in Placerville, California next Friday night on the red plane inside of Placerville Speedway. Unlike any surface any of these ladies and gentlemen have ever pulled on, I can guarantee you that. It is loaded with traction. Helmet goes on, green light, green flag. Here comes Scrappy. Carson City on the move. I have never seen an even number before. 150 feet even. 150 feet even. That will give the win to Arnold Avila in Daddy's Green Race Truck. And now we go to the diesels. 8,000-pound stock diesel. This is going to be entertaining because once again, it's a battle of old versus new Earth. Old versus new Earth. And we're going to start things off with a gentleman from the 707 area code, wherever that may be. Didn't bother to tell me exactly where he was from. Apparently 707 may be Southern Nevada, I'm being told. My help up here in the tower is doing the research while I bring you the 2012 Ram 2100 with a 6.7 Cummins. It's Alfred Snyder. Oh, so he came all the way from the Bay Area. 707 is a Bay Area code. Well, you know, on behalf of my friends here in Nevada, Alfred, welcome to this United States of America. Where are my Dodge people at one more time? So you guys have a little saying that I've been let known about. What's it go? 6 in a row, you're ready to tow? I just love the sound of that. It rolls off the tongue. Oh, and rumor has it, the Moose Mafia, for those of you that know about Dodge tow mirrors, the Moose Mafia is not running very heavy tonight. They might be afraid of some of the big power out here in Nevada. And rumor has it, a Ford lover, that Dodges would tow better without tow mirrors. I highly disagree with that. Well, Carson City, this will be your first taste of black smoke on a Saturday night. Green light, green flag, boost now loading. Oh, he must have the California smog system still. 183.43, 183.43 for Alfred Snyder in the Dodge Ram. Well, I hate to say it, Mr. Snyder, you're about to meet the most interesting man in truck pulling. And he calls Santa Rosa, California home. With the most interesting vehicle you will see this evening. This is a 1947 Dodge one-ton panel. It's got a 7.3 power stroke under the hood. And it's two-wheel drive. I threw a little hint out earlier. There was one more two-wheel drive there tonight, and you're looking at it right now. Parker Bonding Group in Santa Rosa, California Bullseye Mail Bonds of North Bay, Randall Parker and Wally Jacobson Mail Bonds, Gary Parker, owner of ATA Auto Repair, Santa Rosa, California, Steely Dan's Metalworks, Daniel's Classic Auto Body in Sonoma. And this apparently was a paddy wagon used in law enforcement between the 1950s and 60s in Olympia, Washington. Having served its purpose for law enforcement, it was retired and found on its way to the Redmond Hills area, where it sat in a yard for 40 years. Well, today it is a daily driver, and this gentleman drove up from Santa Rosa to be out here in Nevada this evening with his mud tires hanging off of the back of the bumper. So, Carson City, are you ready to see what an old school Ford can do? Oh, I love the spirit of you guys. Green light already on the sled, green flag. Like I said before, this is a two-wheel drive. So close to the Dodge, but give him 159.66. 159.66. That will give the win to the Dodge. But how about that, Carson City? The most interesting vehicle you will see tonight? Make some noise for Randall Parker. So now we bring you the exhibition class. What is the exhibition class? It's plain and simple. If you were too heavy, you were too wide, you were too excessively modified, you do not fit in with anybody else, guess what? We have a class for you. It's called Exhibition. And you're looking at a 2014 Ram with a Cummins. And he calls Reno home. It's Travis Piercy and Gunner. Travis might have shown up with a different set of tires in the bed, but let me tell you something, I sure like that piece of fabric hanging out of his tailgate. One of the biggest American flags I've ever seen. But who am I kidding? Things get 10 times more patriotic when I cross state lines. One quick shout out for those of you in the audience. Anybody that loves flat track motorcycle racing, the weekend after we're pulling in Yerington and Gardnerville, I will be right back here at Fuji Park with Mr. Brock McAllister on the call for the Outlaw Flat Track. Third weekend of August right here at Fuji Park. So I'm going to venture to say, with a bed full of wheels and tires, Travis might have came in quite a bit overweight, but you know what? That's fine. Yerington and Gardnerville last year, we had a gentleman with, I'm not kidding, a 4-foot-tall mohawk in a Ram T-Rex. Claimed the mohawk was put together with hot dog water and Lord knows what else. Reference to a Limp Bizkit line. Green light, green flag. Let's see what this big girl can pull. Ouch. If we have any chiropractors in the house, Travis might need assistance at the end of the night. I'm gonna say he's got more than one turbo on that. 253.57. 253.57. All of that, and he has not lived in Wellevue area. Wow. And this gets in the reason why he only has one turbo, but his telomeres are up. Scientifically speaking, that's an extra 15 horsepower per mirror. Now with that, and he does have all the freedom units in the bed. That does indeed help. Now we're going to go to your 5,500 pound super stock class. This is where you're looking at trucks that are much more purpose-built, solid suspension in the rear, weight on the front. Whether it be tractor weights, can be weight boxes, can be all sorts of different things, all sorts of different configurations. We're going to start things off with a gentleman calling Vallejo, California home. Another guy who had to drive at least 5 hours to be here. And a 1973 Chevrolet K20 with 496 units of freedom power under the hood. Carson City, meet Justin Colbard and Ramblin' Fever. Justin Colbard, Ramblin' Fever. You want to talk about a big, nasty Chevrolet square body, you're looking at it. But if there's one man in the 5,500 pound super stock ranks that could unseat him, that is here, because Bad Juju identified in a completely different class tonight. Gonna meet him afterwards. Colbard with the big power under the hood, the big needs wrap on all four corners of that Chevrolet. Funny story, back to our opening night of the Western American Bowling Series in Turlock, California. On one lane, it was Kenny Rogers and the Gambler. The other lane, it was Merle Haggard and Ramblin' Fever. How cool is that? For those of you classic country music fans, and who am I kidding? There are only two kinds of music, country and Western. Green light on top. .83, the mark set. The 5,500 pound super stock class. Carson City one more time for Justin. A lot of power and a pretty cool old pickup. Your next gentleman joins us. He is relocated to the United States of America from the People's Republic of California. Has an 831 area code, so he's from deep inside the Monterey Valley. What he now calls Gurrington, Nevada home, 1978 Chevrolet with 468. Big block Chevrolet cubes under the hood. He'd like to thank Mason Valley Tire, God, family, and friends. It's James Shoemate and the Punisher. So, Carson City, I just heard a little rumor over our two-way radios. There may be some t-shirts coming. Get ready for that one, but right now it's 6,000 pounds. It's still the 5,500 pound super stock class. Somebody wrote that wrong. That's where something's handwritten and I can't understand it. There must be a PhD for the doctor handwriting. Carson City, you guys enjoying the show so far? Oh, stick around unless you're gonna go get a frothy cold beverage for 20-30 club friends. As the night goes on, the horsepower numbers go up and things get even louder. The Punisher lines up to potentially unseat Ramblin' Fever. 174.83, 174.83, the mark to be 3-5, the Punisher. And there is your winner, 190.26, 190.26 for the Punisher. Man, that thing was ridiculous. Coming at you next, it's going to be time for your country modified division. Olsen Fabricating, Man Roller Lifters, Garden Tractor, Valley Balancing, Overkill, Multi, TNT Racing, and the Vieira Brothers bring you the most dominant female in the country modified class, at least 5 class championships in the country modified division. And fun story for those of you, last season, if you were here at the Cap City Rodeo, Megan was obviously not behind the wheel. She was an expecting mother. Dad got to jump behind the wheel and take control of Savage Chick 2 weeks postpartum. She joined us in Urington, Nevada for the Lyon County Fair and went almost undefeated last year. But I got news for you. As it stands in Elena Productions Western American Bowling Competition, Megan Olsen is undefeated. Oh, Carson City, you can get louder than that. I said Megan Olsen is undefeated. Probably the coolest father and daughter combination I have ever seen. As far as a project goes, it's given her dad every single gray hair he's got, and possibly a few to her lovely mother. What little bit of hair her father has left. Last minute pep talk for crew chief. That's Dad Travis Olsen. Megan hacking up her sled. She is well known for if she doesn't like her pole, and she was a very first pole of her class, she might just go ahead and throw the hat trick in and try it again. Once she did this in King City, California, and she beat, she was like, no, wait a second, I would have won by a foot. No, I want to beat the competition by over 10 feet. Carson City. I'm going to reiterate this one more time. This is the most dominant female in West Coast bowling. Green light, green flag. Let's see what a Savage Chick can do. That's what I'm talking about. 229.35, 229.35 for Megan Olsen. And now we end up meeting her arch nemesis. All the way from Columbia. 1945 Dodge Power Wagon with a 468 cubic inch big block Chevrolet. Sunboards Repair Service, and another gentleman that wants to thank all of the veterans in the house. usually driven by Mr. Frank Good, and tonight behind the wheel, Marty Eisenhut in the Gambler. The Gambler, one of the many vehicles still left in West Coast pulling competition that dates back to the United States Hot Rod Association era, back when polls used to fill stadiums across the country. Record attendance over 80,000 people. 86,000 people, if my memory serves me correctly, filled the Pontiac Silverdome for a United States Hot Rod Association truck and tractor pull. As it appears, Megan needs a little help from her friends to get out of the rut she's in. Megan came from one of your class last night in Merced, California, made the drive all the way up here because she said, we're going to Nevada or bust. Well, the 229.35 feet set so far. Let's hope that she broke. It wasn't that bad. So like I alluded to before, Pro Modified Trucking, Pro Modified trucks used to fill stadiums across the country. They were what people wanted to see. Well, those and those big crazy multi-engine tractors that if you come out to Yerington or Gardnerville will be joining us. Tractors, diesel, and alcohol alike. Definitely got to be cool to say, not only am I fueled by alcohol, but so is my vehicle. One quick swipe with the skip loader, trying to make sure the surface is set. Now, like I said before, the truck, Marty is driving tonight, predates the United States Hot Rod Association. It was a Pro Modified. You're going to look at the difference. You're going to look at the Pro Mods, you're going to look at the Country Mods, and you're going to say, what's the difference? Well, there's a few of them, but to make it easy on you, less technical, the tire size, weight, and sometimes the motor is not as big. Sometimes. Yes, Chris, I know. Somebody's got to do their homework. It might as well be me. Country modifieds, at least on the West Coast, wish you'd still have the big tires and the big motor. Some of the Pro Mod guys sure are glad it's not a Pro Mod anymore. Marty Eisenhut, the Gambler. This is the arch-rival Savage Chick. Both of these trucks come rather close in competition, no matter where they're at, no matter what arena they're in. Things came very close to the Sacramento County Fair not too long ago as well. Slow and steady does indeed when the race gives a little bit of an opportunity for our tractors to keep things cleaned up a little bit for you folks. Want to remind you, CSSPolling.com as well as LNL Productions on Facebook, LNL Productions on Instagram. For those of you fine folks from here in Nevada, if you want to come over enemy lines and catch some more of this action next Friday, Eldorado County Fair in Placerville. Just over an hour away from Carson City. That will be the place to be. That it holds the record for the loudest crowd in the state of California. Holds the record for the loudest crowd in the state of California. What they didn't know last year, I had microphones with me every time I went. Carson City, I gotta ask you this. Who thinks the undisputed streak is over? Who thinks Megan is your winner? The streak continues. 210.13. 210.13 for the gambler. Carson City, who likes free stuff? I said, who likes free stuff? Well, hiding inside the Luncheon 2.0, we got some fun stuff to throw for you guys here in just a moment. I had to come out here and say hi. I gotta come see my crowd. Where's all my rowdy people at? Who am I kidding? Nevada's always rowdy. This side seems like it's a little too quiet. I don't know, that top section sounds pretty good. Fuck yeah! Eventually, we're gonna get this sled back in here. So bear with me here for just a moment. Come on, Ethan. Don't make me coax you back in here. I gotta get in on this action. Oh, Ethan, you better come find me. Oh, we can't hear you! How about it for Cody's mustache? I gotta come down here and show the people in the end some love too. But you're quiet. You're quiet. It's louder over here. Ethan's got one shirt. I've got a shirt. We got your last two. Ethan, you got a better run than I do, dude. Wait, you're going this way? You're going deep? He's going deep! Oh, wait a second, wait a second. It's coming to you. Actually, no, it's coming to you. Don't you take it from him. I got your last one! Carson City, I love Nevada crowds more than anything ever! 775 right there. I'm over here now. Wait a second, wait a second. I see a little fella over here with my side-by-side racing buddy, Taryn. This is coming to you, big guy. One more time for Play-Doh!
Well, we left a little early. Thank you for joining us and watching the Battle of the 4x4s in Carson City, Nevada. Hope you enjoyed it. We got out a little early. Come to Roberto's to get some dinner. Again, if you enjoyed it, please remember to give us a thumbs up. Hit the like button. Share it with your family, friends. And even if they ain't your friends, share it anyway. Maybe you can bother them a little bit. Get on their good side, get on their bad side. Whatever works, appreciate it. Thank you again for watching. You have a good weekend.